thing is media training as well. When we had the TV people came down to it, they said to us, you know, really, they made us stand up and talk, but they said, really, you need to have media training. And that's something that we've never noticed, you know, and that's something that perhaps we all ought to have. And I know that lots of us have people who do that, don't they, I guess?
We don't know people who media train, but you get
who
press
use
office
the media.
now.
Yes,
and they could give you a quick, you know, 2-hour kind of talk about what to say and what to do.
We've got a press office, we've got a press team, and we have internal media training. So I know that's not parenting, but that might be something that our press officer could do.
Yeah.
Just do a 2-hour session on media training.
And also, new technologies, if, you know...
Using Facebook and Twitter, I guess.
So, like, you got the Geography Collective today talking about how they're using new technologies. They might want to come down and say how they, you know, engage with young people, you know, but do a longer 2-hour talk about it.
So health membership's getting bigger and bigger. We're not always sure that everybody does. I mean, we've got a little bit of an idea what we all do, but somebody might have a really, really good evaluation tool, somebody stuck away in a drawer that they're really experts on, that we need to sort of open up the membership, because we're looking for an evaluation tool at the moment, and we can't find one anywhere really. So is there anybody in the membership who have done an evaluation and use a specific tool that we could all share? You know,
would it be useful for you to have a forum where you can put these questions to the whole membership? Kind of, would people use an online discussion forum? Would you?
Yeah, we've got that.
We've got that one for the steering group. We've got one CAT set up, but at the moment it's just for the steering group at the moment.
Yeah, but for the wider membership, because I know that CAT have got one set up on there.
There will be a cost implication if we start going big into the whole membership, as you said. So we're just keeping it for the steering group at the moment. But it is a really good idea.
Because one of the things I'm looking at the moment is a member area in the website, and I'm looking for ideas of types of things that you'd like to see on there. So being able to, because recently we had a question come in a few weeks back, and John emailed you out about water safety education resources for teenagers, and that's the kind of thing, if we had a forum you would be able to discuss it, but would everybody access and discuss on a forum, or could I, you know, giving you work today,
there are
sorry,
things like Google
send out
groups which are quite formal and can be closed, and
that's the type of format I was looking at. Google groups
if it's organised on your 5 areas, then people would then, for want of a better word, subscribe to their particular area, wouldn't they?
That's a good idea.
But some of them are more general.
It is another place to look, though. Like academics use, I think it's called CNNet, which is a sort of emailing list, and then anyone can post that. And it works as a forum, so you can go there and look at the messages on there. But then everyone in the group automatically gets an email, so it's just a way that you can fluidly converse with each other. And you can either open your email or ignore it, but at least that flags it. Whereas in a forum, you have to decide to go there.
But the Google groups will, something like a Google group will send you an email.
Yeah, Google.
Google groups I was looking at.
I think you would need to have the alert.
Yeah.
The email alert, rather than have to think you've got to keep going onto the forum.
Yeah, because people wouldn't do that.
Because occasionally we have things that somebody says, can you come and talk to us about this, and we might need to know a question about electricity. Well, by the time I could spend hours looking for the right question on the internet, was you could just file that off and it comes across and somebody from the electricity board could answer it.
Maybe we could have like a babysitting circle type currency, where smaller groups can meet, where sort of, for example, solicitors may want a particular service off another group when they're around. You wouldn't normally be able to afford each other's services necessarily, especially in the current economic times. But if we had our own currency that could buy you like a couple of hours with an expert or something.
This is another interesting thing I was thinking about. If anyone's been into the Larsoa website, they have a thing called a time bank, and you can offer your time and get time back. So if you give 2 days if I give 2 days to you to help you out with something, then you give 2 days to somebody else to help them out with something, and it's a way of sharing expertise without being taken advantage of. Would that kind of thing be useful? I don't know if the membership's quite big enough yet for that, but
that would disadvantage the smaller people.
Yes, who don't have the time to spend. That's true.
I do think in terms of putting on some sort of training for members, I dare bet if you did some sort of audit with the current membership about people's skills and expertise, that there's enough within the membership for people to be able to provide some training if there are areas that people want without going outside. You know, and I think without going down the time bank road, because perhaps people haven't got that time.
It's a bit formalised.
You know, I think you'd be surprised if you do that audit about how much expertise there will be, not just with the individual member who comes from the organisation, but within the organisation as well. You know, so
Could you do
massive resource there.
Could you do some sort of evaluation format to all members about what training, let's give a list of the sort of training that they could be, and get them to tick off what training that they would like, and also to say, the same evaluation, is there anything that you could train people on? Just thinking of probably Tristan to do with publishing and things like that as well, and how to go about getting something published, so that we would get that. And I'm also thinking, if you had training days, it might get more members involved, because it actually gives them a specific reason to go to something, whereas this is a bit vague when you say to your boss, I'm going to a CSEC meeting, and it's just a meeting, whereas if you say I'm going to a training day to do this, then that would be perhaps a way of getting more members involved.
But having said that, for the November meeting in Birmingham, I'm hoping to be able to bring my 3 colleagues who went with me, I say we ought to be together, on a community safety course down at Fire College in Morton. And I think to bring them, for the 4 of us to come to the meeting here, will just help us, as a group, to work better together, for our brigade, so. Yeah.
We talked about whether CSEC could organise training days for us across the country. Everybody was very keen on various forms of training. We thought we could have a day like today, but it would be a specific day for training, and there might be 5 or 6 different workshops that you could sign up to. So CSEC could organise the building and the place and how it's going to work. And we could sign up to different things. Things we talked about was marketing, valuation, finance, media training, engaging with parents. There's a whole range of different things we talked about. Then we talked about how probably within the membership there was a lot of skills that could be used. So whether CSEC could send out to all members what sort of training people are interested in, and also what they can offer. And if it's not available, whether CSEC would be able to find people to run those things, so solicitors, and if you've got legal issues and things like that. That would how helpful that would be, and also that it might engage members who don't come to these meetings, so it would engage a lot of other members.
Do you think it's easier to justify coming out to a meeting if you have specific training things and a specific reason? Excellent. That's a lot of very good stuff which we can use to then help inform our November meeting, which is the next one, which will be fantastic. And finally, Tristan, we were discussing the future financial potential model for CSEC. A difficult one, I'm afraid.
Why did I ask? Actually, a very interesting discussion, and some very useful points coming in from everyone. I think in summary to things, it's trying to look at ways that if we say at the moment CSEC, we all are here for the common good and all understand the benefits of CSEC and the extension of the operation. Looking at something that has got a predominant government level funding, etc., as that moves forward to a position of either, at worst case scenario, no government funding, to partial government funding and additional sources, to continuation of current funding sources, and looking at other means and methods to keep the organisation going beyond its current lifespan. What we really discussed there is it's almost as much about the funding stream as